Hello, I'm Brent McCall, and this is MetraAV Tech Tips Solutions. As you can see, I am once again sans Adam. He's still on vacation and has abandoned me here to my own devices, and I still can't run this thing properly, which is why there was no opening title. Sorry about that, but we're going to jump right into this week's episode. On Wednesday, when I had Jeff Boccaccio here, we talked about eARC, eARC, ways to get audio around, and the advantages and disadvantages of all these devices. Today, what I'm going to do is discuss what of our products can do this for you. So we're going to start with the basics, eARC and eARC. Now, in both cases, eARC and eARC are a way to get audio from your display back to an AVR or to a soundbar. This is done because you've got apps in your TV or localizing your sources, your Apple TVs, Rokus, whatever. And you have to get the audio backwards to your AVR. Now, we have a number of ways to do this. First off, there's cables. And this is a great way to do it. When you're looking at our passive cables, the MHX, the MHY, with the MHX up to 7.5 meters to support a full 4K, and eARC. If you're not supporting a full 4K, you can go up to a 10-meter cable at 1080p or 4K 30 and get the eARC back to the AVR. With the MHY, it is a little further because once you break 7 meters, it goes active. You can go to 12 meters. Now, the active part does not help the eARC, but is still within the 15-meter domain. Now, when you get up to our really good passive cables, the VLOX, the 10-meter R2, you get a full 4K 60, 10-bit, all the good stuff that you want from the HDMI 2.0 platform, and you also get eARC and eARC on the 10-meter passive cable. But you got to go further than 34 feet. What are you going to do? Well, fiber cables are a great choice for video, but they're not going to improve the eARC and eARC. Our install bay fibers, both regular and detachable head shell, and our VLOX 8K fibers are going to take the video as far as you need to go up to 300 feet. Resolution depending on which series of cable, whether it's 4K or 8K. However, in all those cases, you're still limited realistically to 10 meters for eARC and eARC over the fiber cable because it's going backwards down the line. At that point, our best choice and what we would recommend you do then is the Cs-Hdm BT2 UKA 70. Excuse me, that was a long one. HD base T extender. Now this will support full eARC, but not eARC capability going up to 300 feet back on 1080p and 210 feet on 4K. Tremendous amount of flexibility here. You can also send digital audio versus optical from the display backwards if you don't want to use eARC or eARC. Now, let's say that you are outside of that domain. What are your options? You can't do 35 feet and the HD base T extender is not right for the job. At that point, you do need to take a step back. And you're going to lose your eARC or eARC, but you can maintain the same audio fidelity of eARC. And there's a couple of ways to do this. The number one way to do this is use our Cs-D2D. You come out of your display on the optical jack into the Cs-D2D, and if you have a piece of coax going back to your AVR, you simply terminate the coax with an RCA terminal at both ends or use an F to RCA adapter, and go into a coax input on the back of the television. And this is a great way to do it if you have a piece of coax and you're looking at 5.1 or 7.1 traditional Dolby Digital or the equivalent of eARC. If you don't have a piece of coax, then you look at our CS-C5DE. Now, this will allow you to use a category cable. It is a send and receive unit, two-piece system, but it does the same thing. It allows you to send the digital audio from a Dolby Digital signal backwards to the AVR with either a coax or an optical in and a coax or an optical out. Now, the other option, and this is a good one, is our Cs-Hdm 4X1A SW4. This is an HDMI switch with 4 inputs that will do audio breakout at the head end as well as take eARC from the display back. So if you have an older AVR that doesn't have an eARC input, or you're running some type of distributed audio, this is an excellent solution because it will allow you to break that out at the source side while still sending video forward from the switch. All of these products are in stock. All of these products are shipping. Now, eARC, you're still limited to the 10 meter to 12 meter range, but in the future you will see extender solutions for that as well, just not today. I'm sorry. If you have any other questions, call us here at Tech Support. Our phone number is right there. You can reach Adam at adam.rogers@metraav.com or myself at brent.mccall@metraav.com. And of course, you can always call your sales guy here at MetraAV. That's it for this week. Have a great weekend. We'll see you next week when we talk about Ohm's Law. Remember, reboot early, reboot often. Don't cut your wires too short. Turn off CEC.